Hello, bookworms to Dresden. My name is Whitney, and we are reading Grave Peril by Jim Butcher. Of course, this is the third book in the Dresden File series. We just read the first half, chapters 1 through 21, this past week, and now we are going to be starting the second half today. But really been enjoying it. I hope you've been participating. If not, it's never too late. There are links down below where you can get a copy of the first several books. And I hope you will participate as we read through these because they are such fun reads. Just really light. Well, not light in the sense that the topic's light, but light in the sense like they're really easy to read. Like you don't have to use a lot of brain power, but just action packed, fun, entertaining. Um, really enjoying these. So before we talk about Great Peril, though, I just want to remind everybody, if you're not already, please subscribe, hit the bell notification, and give this video a like. It really helps me out, and we do a lot on this channel. We do Book of the Months every Monday. We do discussion questions on whatever our Book of the Month is. We do a weekly read every Wednesday where it's a different book, and we just kind of talk about my thoughts on it. And then, of course, if you read along with me, you can leave your thoughts down below in the comments. And then we also do a Throwback Thursday, which just revisit all my favorite childhood books, and eventually that's going to kind of turn into a kids corner as well, once I kind of get through what I enjoyed growing up. And then there are bonus videos too. A bookshelf tour should be coming out soon, as well as this coming week there should be the introduction to the book of the month for November. So a lot happens here. I hope you will join me on as I build this channel and explore new authors, new genres, and things like that. So, but anyway, let's go ahead and talk about Grave Peril. So I've heard once you hit the third book, it gets really good, and I can see what people were talking about. There's definitely kind of a slight difference to the third book that wasn't there with the first two books. Like it's still very similar, obviously the same author and everything like that, but it's really kind of jumping in to Harry's backstory now. We are introduced to two new characters in this book that have to deal with Harry's past. And one is Michael, who is like a god fearing man for the best phrase. Like he's very like a holy man essentially. Like he's not a priest or anything like that, but he has faith. And that plays an important part in this book. And then, obviously his wife and such, but he has ties to Harry and Harry's past. Like he knows things. So he's not like a new person that Harry's involved with at all. And then we also have Harry's godmother, who is so terrifying. Like just the way she's described, like I didn't want to be there either. Like this book really pulls you in, and I wanted to leave just like Harry did. And so the godmother is absolutely terrifying. Um and we still don't know the full deal with her, but there was some kind of deal made, and Harry's kind of not holding his end of the bargain essentially. But yeah, really enjoyable. There's another new girl who I don't think she's like a main part of the series as a whole, but she is a main part of this book. Kind of like Tara in the last book. There's kind of a element of mystery to her, and we don't really know whether she's good, whether she's bad, what her connection is. And so we're gonna be kind of kept guessing throughout the book. And then the vampires are back in this book, which make me really happy. Haven't seen Johnny Marcone that I can recall yet. So he hasn't made an appearance, but the vampires, Bianca's back. We haven't actually had an interaction with her directly, but with some of her vampires, and so that's kind of exciting. I was hoping she would be back because she was introduced briefly in the first book, and that whole scene got to me too. But yeah, just really action packed. Like it starts off right away in the middle of like an intense scene, and then it kind of backtracks to earlier in the day and kind of lays out the foundation, and then you kind of learn things as you go along. Like the other books, there's kind of two seemingly separate things that tie together. He keeps referencing a past case, which he did work on with Michael. He also worked on it with Murphy and her crew. Um, and so he keeps referencing that, and then it does come in to play already in this first set of chapters. And so you kind of have like that duality, which I really love. And just the descriptions and the way he paints these scenes. like there's a thing going on with the ghost and like the soul of a person that is, I mean, just absolutely terrifying. And I've never heard anything like it in, I mean, I watch a lot of like paranormal, supernatural shows and such. I don't necessarily read so many books that are supernatural and paranormal, but I do watch a lot of different shows. Like I'm very drawn to that. And I've never heard anybody describe anything like this, and Harry's never experienced anything like this either. You'll have to read the book to know what I'm talking about, but like again, just terrifying, like, and it's just so vivid that it just really draws you in, and like you can picture it so well. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm enjoying these books so much is how vivid everything is, and like it really feels like you're right there with Harry and you're experiencing these things with Harry, and it's at least the way my mind works, it's almost like I'm immersed in the story and I can visualize it very, very well. And so yeah, definitely like I said, start off with a bang. There's some mystery going on, like so we don't know the deal with the new girl and you know how she ties into everything. We know Michael has ties to Harry's past. He knows things about Justin and Elaine, but we don't know the full story, so obviously that's going to continue to build up as well. And then we also have Susan again, which I really like, and their relationship has been developing. I think this book takes place a year after the end of the last book, because similar, like they reference, you know, the werewolves like a year before, so I think it's taking place a year after, but just really enjoyable, really fast paced, entertaining. I so far this is definitely my favorite book. Like the werewolves, then this or this one, then the werewolves, kind of going backwards. Because this one, just the like I said, the scenes and how vivid they are, and like again, he's taking like certain lore, like there's certain laws, you know, and just kind of twisting them and coming up with things that I've never seen before, which I think is so much fun. And then, you know, obviously with the werewolves, he took all the different aspects of the lore and kind of created his own little thing there. And even in the first book with like the fairies and such, like just really overall enjoyable books. And so I hope, like I said, you are joining me as we read these, and I can't wait to tuck in to the final half of Great Peril. It's chapters 22 through I want to say 33 is the last chapter. 39. There's a lot of chapters in this book apparently. So yeah, 39. Which is a short chapter but still. So but yeah, 22 through 39. I hope you, like I said, we'll pick these up. Join me if you're not already. And if you are, let me know your thoughts on the first half of this book. Are you enjoying like the pictures and the things he's doing, or do you just find it completely out there? And not quite as believable. I mean, you're dealing with ghosts and supernatural, so I think anything kind of goes. But again, just kind of new and exciting. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave you here. I think I've kind of rambled a little bit. So, anyway, happy reading, everyone. Bye.